My name is Zoe Wolf. I'm in 11th grade and I'm in marching band, drum club, the works, but no sports.
Yeah.
I go to Carson City Junior Senior High School in a small town kind of near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We got shut down March 13th when Tom Wolfe closed the state, and we were completely virtual until the end of last school year. And then this year, we came back and did a little bit of virtual and a little bit of in person, and now we're sitting on a 4-1 hybrid model. So 4 days a week we are in school, and then 1 day we are virtual. The 1 day that we're virtual right now is Monday, but starting March 5th it's going to be changing to Fridays. Was the transition hard? Yes. It was tough, isolating. No one was really around. I couldn't go see my friends, couldn't talk to them in school. And it was boring just getting up to sit on a computer to go back to bed. The hardest part definitely was not seeing my friends and not getting out of the house very much. I like to go out and be in different places and not just home. It greatly affected my social life. A lot of my friends don't talk to me very much anymore, and I find myself talking to the same 2 or 3 people every day. It kind of makes me feel sad. I thought they were good friends, and now we're really not close anymore. My preference for learning, I don't really know. I like some aspects of online, like doing it on my own time and not having to worry about teachers, but in person, I'm able to move around. I'm not in the house all day just looking at a computer screen. I'm with other people, like there's like activity going on within the school. My grades have actually improved. I've been keeping all A's the first semester of school, and right now I only have, I believe, 2 high B's. So I'm doing a lot better than I would usually be doing. My end goal in life, I want to go on to medical school and become a doctor, possibly a radiologist or an anesthesiologist. I really want to help people and make a small difference in this world, since you can't expect everyone to make a huge one. I think COVID has affected this. From what I've heard from other doctors is that some medical schools have actually completely dropped their tuition just to get more people into the field, and a lot of universities are online, so rates are lower. And COVID may never go away, so that's something we will continue to live with, and people will just eventually adapt. It does make me more motivated to go to school knowing what I know, because I have more access to things that I may not have had. And I know that if I work hard, I can make a change. I do a fair amount in my school, marching band mostly, and then drama club with variety shows and musicals. And with marching band this year, we weren't allowed to go to any away games and almost weren't allowed to attend the home games. So that means we would have done our 2 weeks of band camp to learn the sets and the music all for one video performance, and then we wouldn't do anything else for the rest of the year. And as for musical, we're still doing one this year, which we're really thankful for. And it's a little bit different. We have to wear masks at all practices, no matter what, even when singing. And we had to open up our last tech week, which we normally use the first 2 or 3 days to refine the show before we put it on performance. We're opening that up entirely to performances so more kids can have a chance to have their parents and family members see them. During band camp, it was really hot, especially on our turf field. So the heat, along with the masks and constantly moving, and I play percussion personally, so we weren't allowed to drop our masks during practice because we didn't play with our mouths, we play with our hands. When singing, our music director usually does try to tell us, sing out, sing louder. She can't hear us behind the masks as well. She can't hear us vocalizing and trying to make out every word. So she is confused when it comes to trying to conduct us and lead everything. As for the performances, We talk to our principal and we do not have to wear masks while we're on stage, but as soon as we get off stage, we need to keep our masks handy to keep them on and try to stay away from each other, social distance when we're not on stage. We do have people in the aisles that dance. I do believe since they are singing, they will still have their masks off just to be heard clearer. And we aren't using a big wooden runway like we usually do this year. We're having people dance down on the floor in front of seats just to make some more room on stage. And I don't believe they will be wearing masks either. What do I miss pre-COVID? Being able to just go out and freely, walk around, go shopping, go eat. Now a lot of places are closing early, and the masks aren't bad. I don't mind them. But a lot of places aren't open, and with the governor's restrictions, some restaurants had shut down and some didn't do in-person dining. Since lockdown, I've done a lot of things, but I'm most proud of getting my driver's permit and my license. I had a not so small accident right after I got my permit, but I was able to get back in the car and keep working, and I passed my driver's test first try. Knowing what I know about this pandemic, I really don't think I would change anything. I mostly like how my life is right now. School is going good. With my few close friends, everything is going good. And there's really not much else I could ask for besides being able to go out more. Emotionally, I've learned that I'm a lot stronger than I thought. I know who my real friends are, people that I can turn to, people that I trust. And I've just learned that it's okay to be me. I don't need to hide. There's no point in trying to live up to what you think people want out of you. Okay.
Beautiful.
Alright, so my name is Riley Wolf. I go to the Carn City High School. It's literally 5 minutes from my house. I also go to the Votech Culinary Program, because that's what I plan to do after high school, is open a bakery. I'm a senior. How long has COVID affected my school? Pretty much the entire school year it's been affected. So we're in the third 9 weeks now, so about 6 months, I believe. Yeah, about 6 months. That's how long school has been affected by this COVID thing going around. Actually, for me personally, the transition from in school to online wasn't that difficult. I actually found that I enjoyed it more than many of my other classmates. It actually almost seemed to help my grades, especially in culinary class, because usually I would get A's, like a B on average in that class, and last year, whenever this started, I ended up getting about an A in that class for once. As for my typical at-home school classes, like my math and all that, I've actually been doing pretty well in those classes because of COVID, which is ironic now that I say it, because most of my friends are doing terrible with their remote learning. Do I plan to stay online through college? Yes, I do, actually. I found that staying online in college would actually be one of my cheaper options than if I was to actually go there. Obviously, you don't have to pay for food or boarding or anything like that, and I want to try and graduate from college with as little debt as possible, considering my life goals. My life goals are to graduate college, obviously, go work at a couple of bakeries, get some experience with those, and then eventually open one of my own bakeries, and basically do that until I retire. I don't actually plan on going to college for culinary, more so I'm going to go for business, because since I go to the Votech Culinary Program, I actually have a jump ahead. I have a general idea how a commercial kitchen works. I know how to use a lot of the equipment that comes in a commercial bakery, so I don't feel as if I need to go to a culinary school, because you technically don't need a culinary degree to open a bakery, but you do need a business degree. That is basically required. It's possible to take all the requirements, like the serve safe and all that, to open a bakery without having a culinary degree, so it's more or less if I want more experience. I do believe COVID will affect the plans in the essence of this might end up becoming a regular thing because it's basically like the common cold, so I may have to implement mask procedures if I do open a bakery, but I'm probably not going to be opening a bakery for maybe another 10, 15 years because I want to make sure I get enough experience. So by then, either the entire thing will basically be treated like the common cold and no one will worry about it, or we may even still be in a pandemic if we don't get this cleared up. I don't really have a social life. I am definitely more introverted than my other classmates. I tend to stay home, watch play video games, watch anime, typically introverted stuff. I don't go out and go to parties or go to shopping to the mall. I mean, sometimes I go and hang out with friends, but even then we tend to stay inside. So I don't believe it's affected my social life that much. If anything, it's given me more of a reason to remain an introvert. Honestly, the thing that I miss most about normal life is buildings staying open to the times that we're used to. I remember this was literally last weekend, we went down to the mall in Evansburg with Nanny to celebrate her birthday. And I really wanted to go to FYE because we don't have one around here and I'm not about to drive 2 hours just to go there, but the mall shut down at 7. So we got there, and by the time I was able to actually go to FYE, it was closed, and that upset me greatly. My passions are things such as video games, cooking, occasionally drawing, and generally collecting figures, and stuff like that. And COVID hasn't actually affected those passions that much because you can cook in your own kitchen, you can order stuff online, you can play video games in your house. So generally all of my passions actually happen to coincide well with a pandemic because I can use them to isolate myself while keeping myself from going stir crazy, like some people. Ever since the lockdown started, I've definitely become the most proud of myself for actually gaining a bit of confidence from this. I've found myself not letting people walk over me as much. I've definitely grown a pair, so to say. I haven't let myself be the butt of any jokes anymore. Because I remember back in 11th grade and 10th grade, people would take cracks at my expense all the time, and now I tell them to just shut up. I was kind of bullied, but I just kind of pushed that deep down and just let it go. Well, considering the fact that 9 times out of 10 I'm not interacting with people now that we're online, the bullying has actually gone down significantly. That and my sassy remarks have also helped with that, so I do believe that that's another cause for my confidence level to be going up. I would say that it is a bit difficult to keep my motivation, mainly because it's getting, when I wake up in the morning, I'm always extremely tired, I don't really want to do stuff. And when you get like that, every single day of the week, be it because you're waking up at 6 a.m. for school, it is very difficult to keep your motivation. But I do my best, and if I really put my mind to something, then my motivation will stay up enough for me to actually get it done, but once it's done, it just kind of drops back down to basically nothing. What I've changed about how I went about things during this pandemic? Yeah, I definitely would have told more people to put on their stupid masks in the beginning, because then maybe we wouldn't be this far into it.